Well, well.
Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Last Epoch. Mike, senior developer, co-founder of EHG, held his normal Friday Q&A live stream on Twitch, which means I get to bring you Dev Chat 172. As always, Mike answered lots of great questions from the community, and they continue to give us Season 3 teasers, which is absolutely awesome. I like that they are already showcasing stuff that we're going to get in the up-and-coming season. And we're going to jump right into this Dev Chat 172 with Mike talking about bringing back the old Twitch drops. If you are new to the game, you might be seeing a lot of cosmetics that aren't available to you, which now you can get back in the game. Check this out.
The old Twitch drops from a previous campaign are being added temporarily back in for a little Twitch droppy event. How about right now? Boom, there it is. So I'll be playing with the owl pet for fun. So there's another Twitch drop. Bringing some of the Twitch drops back.
So during my subathon, there was somebody that's like, I wish they had a loot lizard pet. That would be so fun to have following you around. And I was like, there actually is a loot lizard pet, but it's part of an old Twitch drop, so there's no way of getting it. That has now changed. You can now get your faction affiliation cape back, and you can get your faction pet. Technically, the lizard is for Merchant's Guild, and this blue orb thing is for Circle of Fortune. Pretty cool. Now let's talk about some Uber Aberroth.
Mike, I was wondering how you feel about Uber Aberroth now that this has been out for a while. Too strong or worthy challenge? Also, what corruption should we expect to reach to beat Uber Aberroth? Currently farming a little over 1k corruption. It would be nice to have a benchmark to reach. It's a really tricky thing because how good a character is at farming corruption, like how farming echoes, doesn't always directly one-to-one translate to how good it's going to be in a boss fight. So I guess it's the number that I've been hearing from a lot of people, like out and about, is about 1,000 corruption is sort of reasonable to get to before you're able to comfortably do Uber Aberroth, or before you should be expecting to be able to do Uber Aberroth. But I mean, like we've seen lots of people do it at way less than that, and we've seen lots of people have to get way higher than that as well. So it's I don't think there's really a fixed number exactly, but 1,000 seems like the going rate that I've seen most people talk about. We don't have an expected value internally. But overall with Uber Aberroth, I'm pretty pleased. It is clearly difficult and clearly possible with a high level of mastery and less potent builds. Like, not to mention the like, is it possible with, we've had the question answered, is it possible with perfect magic only gear? Which is apparently possible with perfect only gear. Sorry, perfect magic only gear. But it was absolutely perfect in every way.
If you guys don't know what he's talking about, there was a build or a video posted that somebody modified the offline client and was able to put on perfect magic items to prove that you could kill Uber Aberroth with only magic gear. Now, I will say, I'm happy that they say that they think Uber Aberroth is in a good place, because it should be extremely hard. They were toying for a while. Should we even make it possible to be killable? This is supposed to be a fight for the 1% of the 1%. And our squirrel build right now is over 1,000 corruption. Our Rive build is over 1,000 corruption. But when you go into Uber Aberroth, that doesn't always translate, because you need so much sustain to stay alive. So you might have the damage, but can you actually take a hit from Uber Aberroth without dying? I think it should remain very, very difficult. It's just a lot of people that are killing it right now are using overtuned or maybe mechanics that aren't intended. But all in all, I think people are pretty happy with Uber Aberroth. Now, something that the community's been asking for a long time is the 2D art matching the 3D renders, which means the actual item that you put on, you actually see that item and it looks the same in game. They have made a lot of progress on this, but as they introduce new items, you know, they're kind of falling behind. Listen to this.
updating the in-game models of uniques to match the thumbnail art on the development list. The art is gorgeous, and so I'd love to see the models in-game. Yeah, this is a classic question for us. Our 2D art pipeline and unique item development pipeline is much faster than our 3D model art pipeline, and so every patch we add new 3D models for gear. Every patch we also add even more unique items than that. So we end up we're in a unique 3D art deficit right now. So every patch we get further and further behind, even though we are adding more and more every time. So this is something that we are interested in improving. I don't have an ETA on when we're going to be caught up, if ever, but it is definitely on the list.
Someday, in-game Codex.
Can we get an in-game database of uniques where we can look them up after we find them? That way we can use to think about and ponder a new build, searching for keywords. Yes, the Pokedex question. I love the idea. I think that having a it's also the Grail Hunt question. So this is before season 2 when this question came up. What I would say is there's some new tech we're adding that's going to make something like this a lot easier. And which was these imprint slots. So these imprint slots are... That seems weird.
He gets confused for a second. Squirrel.
Weird. We're gonna do this. The chance seems really high on that other one. Anyways, I think this is the sort of thing that would go really well for this type of thing, where you could, when you find items, when you find unique items, it would go into, or you could manually put them into, if you want to be like, okay, here's the collection one that I have for this one. You can put like your favorite of that thing in your stash, having like a stash tab that was an imprint stash tab for uniques. That's the way I'd want to see it. Where you could track like each item that you found. I don't think having it automated would be the best way to go about it. Because having it recognize which one's better, so you always want to like be able to put like the best one in there. Or if you found one, put one in and then trade it away, that sort of thing. You wouldn't want to have to decide for you which was the best version. So I think you'd want to have that be a manual process.
I do think this is something we will get from EHG in the future, but I just want to say tons of great ideas out there, especially something like this, but I just want all of the development work to go towards the final paladin skill, the final shaman skill, the final lich skill, the final blade dancer skill, updating the old passive trees, giving rogue more base skills. I really want them to hit the high arching stuff before they work on anything like this. Necromancer changes coming.
Instead of Sentinel being 50% of players because OP, is there anything in 1.2 that has surprised you coming from the players' interactions or other really good builds? I don't think there's anything that's been super duper surprising. I think Necromancer's been lower than how low Necromancer has been surprising, I think. I think that does speak a little bit to how good Paladin has been and Void Knight's been, Sentinel in general has been. And also just the fact that we've very openly said, hey, next season we're going to be focusing on Lich and Necromancer a lot. I think that probably had the biggest impact, driving down the usage of Necromancer, because Necromancer is just like the tried and true, steady, you know, it's always packed with people no matter what we do. But this has been the lowest it's been ever, I think. And not because it's currently really bad or anything like that, but just because we've said we're going to make it better, I think.
You heard it. Season 3, Update 1.3, Lich and Necromancer getting some love. Teaser number 1 showing off some Season 3.
Just a little teaser for Season 3, actually. You little wonder what that is. Looks familiar but different. Do you ever, after returning from a weekend, look at the telemetrics or damage or something and go, how did the leap? Did someone do that?
The guess is, so this is Death Seal for Lich, and the guess is cold conversion Death Seal. But we don't know. Mike is now going to draw us a picture talking about what they do with overperforming builds and how they try and balance the game.
Let's paint a picture. Okay, so you've got build power. Oh god.
Dude, you drew that sideways.
Power. Close enough. Sorry, I'm laughing at myself. Okay, so you've got like, let's say we've got okay. We've got our ideal line of hey, here's the point that we want most builds to be able to, like, here's a high powered build that's doing really well in the game. Fantastic. And then we've got yeah, I guess that we only need the one line really. So we've got build A that is, let's say, poster child. It's perfect. It's doing great. It's like, it's powerful. It's not overpowered. It's, you know, can maybe use a little tweaks or something, but it's quite good. And then we've got build B. Build B is struggling. Build B needs some love.
Bees.
It doesn't do so hot. No, people play it as a joke, but it struggles to get much done. And then build C. Oh my goodness. Dang it, it didn't work. Build C. Oh my goodness. It's broken up out of the confines of the entire graph, and it's just ruining everything. I wish you could draw straight lines with this easier.
Sentinel.
The goal is generally to bring build C down to where it is. It's back with reality. It's still above the line. Still fantastic. It's still super powerful. It's still super awesome, but it's not, oh my god, WTF. And then we also at the same time, I don't know why I'm using so many colors here, but I just love colors apparently. At the same time, we want to bring build B up so that it's having a good time and it's having some fun. And I think this is the general idea. So we keep most things within that, like, little bit above and a little bit below. I gotta do that terribly. Doing this sideways is apparently really difficult. Yeah, that's not terrible. Having most builds fit inside this, like, a little bit above, a little bit below of what our expected sort of like awesome range is, where things are above, like things are more powerful than others. Nothing's going to be exactly the same all the time, but having things fit inside that range is really nice. And so the goal is to bring up the things that are struggling to get into that range and bring down the things that are broken way above that range.
Can we just get Minion Army up here in the teal just for the next season? Maybe like right there. Please. Teaser number 2 and another season 3 skill update.
Is a little season 3 teaser. It might not be obvious what this is right away, but I think you can figure it out. And there's some interesting stuff happening here. It's old, it's new, it's both. Will we see Weaver's bows sometime? Oh gosh, I hope so. Oh my gosh, I hope so. That was the 4th item that ever got made for the scissors and the. I tried. I pitched a bow in those with those ones as well, and the bow one didn't get picked up.
Now, Mike goes on to say, oh, I left it in there. You could see its ripped blood in the video. And Mike talks about how this is a very, very old skill, one of the oldest skills in last Epoch. And basically, it's going to be getting a VFX or just an overall visual update, which makes me think that they're probably going to be updating the tree as well. All right, everybody. Unfortunately, we have come to the final question for Dev Chat 172 around everyone's favorite topic, snapshotting, and how EHG wants to remove this non-intended mechanic from the game. As always, thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you think I have earned it. Check out the new website, actionrpg.com. We have builds from myself, Babbling Bike, Frozen Sentinel, The Curse, 37 builds for last Epoch. And if you haven't had a chance to come by Aaron Action RPG on Twitch, we are actually filming this video live. It is day 24 for my subathon. So we're doing movie nights and game giveaways, and they're going crazy all the time. So come by the stream if you have any questions or you just want to hang out. I'm done. Mike, take it away.
Any goals for changing snapshotting in the near future or next season? I will not be before next season. Next season will be the earliest it could happen. I don't know if it will happen next season or not, but that would be the first point that it would happen at if it did happen. It is something that we are actively working to fix. We do not have a solution in the pipe ready to go for snapshotting. It is something we've been working on for quite a while. We are very interested in removing snapshotting from the game. If we do manage to, when we do manage to remove snapshotting from the game, yes, balancing will be looked at for all of the classes that like to use snapshotting, because it is a pretty big hit to a lot of their power levels. Some cases it's not necessary to change anything. Some cases it'll be necessary to change a lot of things. So, you know, we are, yeah, snapshotting, TLDR, snapshotting bad, we're working on it.